Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am International Hannah, and if you've been following me on YouTube, you would know that I love all things Africa. I'm actually bi-coastal and I spend time in Chicago and Ghana, between both of the states. And so when I saw that the baddies were going to Africa, I was like, I have to start doing reviews on Baddies Africa, simply because I love Africa and everything about it. So I was very interested to see how the baddies were going to integrate Africa into this season, and we're going to talk about it. So let's just get right into what has been happening on Baddies Africa. First, I just want to start off by saying I've been watching Baddies since the first season. And Baddies it's a good show. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's ratchet. It is ratchet TV, but it's funny, it's entertaining. It's interesting to watch sometimes and just see like how the girls are. I will admit I'm nothing like most of these girls. I would never even want to be casted on Baddies, right? So I'm coming from a whole totally different perspective, but at the same time, it's entertainment, and it is entertaining TV. And when I saw that the baddies were going to Africa, I was like, this is for me to watch and for me to definitely give reviews on. I've been noticing on YouTube, there are a lot of different people who do recaps of baddies, but I'm not here to give you a recap. I'm here to give you a review. I'm going to tell you my opinion on what's going on and how I feel about the ladies, the situations, and what's happening. So if you're into that and you want to hear the truth in a review, you should definitely subscribe to my channel, International Hannah, because we are going to be talking about Baddies Africa this entire season. So let's get into it. I'm a little sick, y'all, so just work with me here. I'm getting over a cold, so my voice is a little sketchy, but let's get into it. Let's start with the theme song. I listened to that theme song and I'm like, why? Why is Natalie on the theme song? It's definitely giving narcissist. Natalie has definitely shown signs of being a narcissist, okay? Everything has always got to be wrapped around her, all about her. It's got to go her way. And just to see that the damn theme song is Natalie, it's just like she's trying to collect the checks from all over. She don't want nobody else to eat, clearly. It's all about Natalie's world. And so I don't like the theme song being Natalie's. But no, don't push that song on us. Like, we didn't ask for that. Yeah, Natalie had, a hit or two. Luckily, because she was able to collaborate with the right people and say the right phrases. But don't think you're like this top musician and that we want to hear every single thing that you have to put out, because we don't. And so not only was she the theme song, but she was the opening song as well. So now you know how they show them and they introduce the show. Here's another one of her songs, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, is it really the Natalie show? I know you're executive producer and you get to make a lot of these choices, but oh my goodness, we didn't ask for this. I mean, I know I didn't. If y'all didn't ask for it and agree with me, just let me know in the comments. How did you feel about Natalie's songs? Okay, she did the intro song, and then she also did the first song when the show opened. I noticed this time around on Baddies Africa, they are making more of a storyline. Like, it was giving love and hip-hop-ish a little bit. They were giving like the slow-mos of the girls talking with the B-roll in the back. And it seemed like it's a little bit more organized. Like, they're trying to create real storylines. Natalie was headed to lunch and she met with Rolly, and now here they are kind of discussing introductions into the next girls. So it seems like it's more organized. It's giving that they're trying to change Baddies Africa into like a more pronounced, season of baddies. But it also is still giving like, what are y'all doing? Like, nobody asked for this either, because a lot of those long introductions, they just take up a lot of time. And it's dragging out the actual episode versus getting to the root of what is happening in the episode. It also comes off a little bit like scripted, because once they're setting scenes up like that, it becomes like they feel like they have to say certain things because it's specific for this scene. Yeah, it just comes off like it's scripted, and nobody likes to watch reality TV that seems scripted. So the problem, it seems like, is Natalie wants to play EP and Boss, but it's just not working anymore with her being a cast member. They're tired of it. The girls have had enough. And I mean, it makes sense. Like, I never really understood how Natalie was trying to play EP Boss and cast member. I mean, that gets old. Shawnee O'Neal used to do it on Basketball Wives. It's very hard to like keep that momentum going and getting the respect from your cast if you're playing a cast member as well. Natalie throws rocks a lot. She hides her hands. She tries to let other people fight her battles, and the girls are just tired of it. And I understand both perspectives. I understand why Natalie does what she does, because she feels like she's in a position to do so, but it also is just like things run their course. People are not going to keep allowing this episode in and episode out, season in and season out, and I just think it's ran its course for her. So Rolly came in, and Rolly looks really good this season, just like she did last season. She is slaying with the face and with the hair, and she's wearing outfits that look good for her body. But Rolly this season, I mean, she's giving Natalie's minion. She's literally giving Natalie's right hand. Natalie no longer has Jayla with her on this season. She no longer has Scotty as her right hand. And so it's really just giving, all right, Rolly, you've been around the longest. You've been on, as many seasons as I have almost. And we've fought, but we've been able to make up. And we're also both working as EPs on the project. So you're going to be my right hand. But it also gives that Rolly just wants to be in the good graces so that she can continue to get her money going. Like, she looking at these other girls like, y'all matter, but y'all don't matter to me as much as Natalie, because Natalie is the one that's helping me to, get this check. So I'm going to go with the person that has the money and has the power. I'm looking at the girls at the table, and Scotty and Anna walks up, and I don't really know what the argument is between Anna and Natalie. I missed that. I know that Natalie and Scotty had some drama and some issues, because it seems like Natalie thinks that Scotty is becoming entitled and all of this. But to me, it really just comes off that Scotty is just, she's growing up. She's doing her. She's making decisions that work for her. And Natalie was always so used to Scotty being a minion. Scotty finally, she's getting older. She's spreading her wings. She's dating Lemmy, allegedly. And so she's got a little pull now, and I guess she's just tired of Natalie's BS. I mean, we have seen how Natalie has treated Scotty over the years and seasons of Baddies. And so it seems like Scotty is just done with it. She's done being ran over by Natalie, being manipulated by Natalie, and so she's speaking up, and so I can see why they're into it. But I don't really know what happened with her and Anna, but the girls blow up, okay, over this at this lunch, and Natalie storms off and everything, and the girls are just showing that this is what the season is going to be like. Like, we are against Natalie, and this is kind of the storyline that is cooking up at this point. So next, we go into DTV, Diamond the Body, who I never was a fan of. I never liked Diamond the Body, for real. I know she won MVB, Most Valuable Baddies. But for me, Diamond has always been a huge clout chaser. And I mean, it was despicable to me, to be honest with you. Diamond got on the show by hitting another girl for no reason, constantly fighting with Tinkerbella when they first got on the show together for no reason. She snaked Bianca one time for no reason. I mean, she literally does things for shock value. For shock value. Even when she slapped Natalie at the reunion, to me, was like, why are we giving this girl attention? Why are we giving her praise for doing ignorant things? Like, for no reason. It makes no sense. There's nothing behind it. There's no like, okay, I can understand that. She gave a reason why she did it. She just does things to do it. Shock value, clout. And so for DTB to be the one that's trying to put everybody together and say, yeah, we need to ban against Natalie, I could see why half of the girls didn't want to go with her on that, because she wouldn't be the person to do it. She's like too untrustworthy herself. One moment you slap Natalie, but then the next moment you're bowing down to her, like literally getting on your knees saying, I love you and I'm giving you the grace. So it's weird. I never was a fan of diamonds, but I will admit I like that they're creating a storyline this year or this season, right? Because they never have storylines. These girls fight for stupid reasons. They fight for nothing. They fight for thin air. They fight because somebody's wig is red or because somebody's boring, right? So it's kind of nice to see, like, all right, Diamond's over here saying, like, hey, we don't like the way Natalie is doing things, and we want to form an alliance to go against her. That's the storyline. So you have DTB bring Ivory and Pretty Pete together, and they're all meeting with the big three, right? And so the big three is Lex, Summer, and Dolly. And so the girls come in, Ivory supposedly had no idea that they were coming. I don't believe that, right? Like, there's no way she's showing up and she doesn't know. I don't believe it. Maybe it did happen, but I don't believe it, right? So they get there and immediately Dolly wants to fight. I find it interesting that Dolly loves fighting and she's so fragile. Like, she's always getting hurt, breaking a bone, going into an attack, a panic attack, or whatever, having to be rushed to the hospital. But she's always like the first one trying to fight somebody. And then it'd be on injured reserve for the whole rest of the season. So for me, Dolly just needs to sit down. I hate seeing her constantly fighting. It seems like she's okay at fighting, though. She's pretty decent because the way that Ivory looked with that eye, I was like, whoa, it was terrible. These girls look a mess. They look crazy. These fights are getting worse and worse because these girls are now really having bruises on them. I don't know if y'all noticed in the first few seasons, the girls will fight, but nothing would be wrong with their faces. I don't know if y'all remember, like the first few seasons of Baddies, they would fight, but they wouldn't have a black eye. They wouldn't have a big scratch on their face. They wouldn't have a broken arm, a broken finger. But as of recent, I don't know if they told the girls step it up, make the fights look more real, but the girls are walking around with black eyes, scratches, bruises, broken arms, broken fingers. Like, I mean, who knows what's in that Zeus contract? But whatever is in it, they're telling them, we are not liable for your injuries. You better get life insurance. I'm pretty sure all them girls got life insurance and disability insurance because the way that they're fighting and the way they get messed up and bruised up, I wouldn't be surprised. And so here Ivory is, big knot on her face, on her eye. She's like, I already had this from my previous fight yesterday. I got jumped by Stunna Girl. It could or could not be true, right? It didn't look like that when she first showed up on the show. She could have been caked up with makeup, yeah. But at the same time, I don't know. It's given that Dolly got that eye. She wanted to run it again. Dolly didn't want to run it again at first. She was like, no, I got you. But then she decided to run it again. Now Dolly's eye is like this. It's like, dang, y'all messing yourselves up. Didn't even make it to Africa yet. They still in Atlanta. They headed to Africa with black eyes, bruises, scratches. A mess. So now you have them fighting. Then you have Summer. Okay, wait a second. I just got to do a whole little section for Summer because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Summer is the reason that I'm probably going to stop watching Baddies after Baddies Africa. Like, this will be it for me because I don't like the direction that Baddies is going into. When they bring on cast members like Summer, it's just a disgrace to the whole production. It's a disgrace to Zeus, the company. It's a disgrace to the production and Baddies and the brand and what they have going on. Don't get me wrong, I get it. The girls on Baddies are supposed to be willing to fight, be a little bad, be a little ratchet, but not ratchet like Summer ratchet. They may be supposed to be ratchet like, let's take some shots and shake our ass out in public ratchet, right? But Summer is just dirty, disgusting. And she talks too much. And when she talks, it's just nasty. Her mouth, she's always chewing gum. She's always spitting. Her braids be filthy, dirty, disgusting. I mean, panties out. What outfit did she even have on? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I could go on for days. I don't like Summer at all. And it's just, I don't like watching her. I think she's just a disgrace. I think she's ratchet. Like, and it's another level ratchet. Like, you have people who watch baddies who aren't necessarily ratchet. We could be bougie, we could be, you know, proper, but we just like a little ratchet TV. But Summer takes it to the level where it feels like you're watching below ratchet TV. Like, I don't even know what to call it, right? Maybe she belongs on another network, because it's degrading baddies, and it's honestly making me not even want to watch it anymore. So I just had to get my little spiel on Summer. If you agree with what I'm saying about Summer, like, share, subscribe, because that means we're going to be on the same page all season. If y'all agreeing with what I'm saying about these cast members, we're going to be on the same page, and you are going to enjoy my reviews, right? So Summer's now going in, you know, just talking, oh my mama, all this ghetto BS. And she decides she wants to fight. Who does she fight? She fights Diamond, right? So she tells Diamond, I will never be like you. I see that you're trying to be like Natalie, and we will never follow behind you. We never want to team with you. We're going to be Team Natalie. And I understand Summer's perspective there. I could not like the girl, but I could still understand everybody's perspective. That's one thing about me. And I get that. I understand why Summer's like, I'm not going to follow behind you because you're a clout chaser yourself. But Summer, again, don't like her as a character, don't like her as a person, don't care for her, right? And so here she is fighting Diamond. They're both fighting. I don't care for either of them. They both are missing eyelashes. I mean, looking a hot mess. Diamond's like, you think she's gonna stand up for you? She turned on her own friend. She turned on Scotty. Summer like, we don't care. We don't care. We not following behind you. I get it. I get it. And Diamond, you know, she was trying to make a movement, but right mission, wrong person, right? Summer also says something very ignorant that is going online. It's like going viral. Somebody actually shared it on Facebook. Summer talked about how her face, Ivory, she had her face, or Diamond, I don't know which one she was talking about, looking like Emma Till, right? And it's just so disgraceful to say something like that, like everything that we've gone through in Black history, what Emma Till went through, and then you're going to compare like a fight on Baddies to Emma Till's face? Like, really? And that's the type of ignorance that I'm talking about that Summer brings. Like, it's not the type of funny ignorance. It's not the type of ignorance that's like, oh, this is good TV, this is ratchet. No, it's like, girl, I'm losing brain cells watching you. I feel like I'm dumbing myself down. I feel like I shouldn't even be watching this show because I'm going to be like looked at as a stupid person for watching it because I'm watching you. And what am I learning from you? What am I gaining from you? What am I getting from you? Nothing. You know, so I think that that comment was terrible, and I just hope they don't bring her back. Like, I mean, she shouldn't have been back to Africa. Like, she shouldn't have been back on this season. But like I said, she has people that like her. If you guys like Summer in the comments, you probably won't watch my videos anymore because it'll probably be the same thing for me. Once again, I'm not being biased to her either. I will definitely agree if she does something right. But for the most part, everything Summer has done and that Summer does is just nasty, disgusting, and ratchet to me. Moving on. So the big three, they were not interested in combining forces. And so they basically, you know, left the scene saying, we're not doing that. We're going to stick with Natalie. We team Natalie. And now DTB, Ivory, and Pretty P kind of have their own thing going on over here. And not to mention, Pretty P's purse got stolen by, forgot the girl's name, Summer, right? And that's another thing just to add on to Summer. And then I'm going to be done with her for real this time. She's a thief. Come on now. You taking purse, you taking watches, you throwing it in the water. She's a thief. Like, she takes things from people and tries to rock it and wear it herself. That's a thief. That's a thief. That means you're broke, you're dusty, and you're a thief. Like, it's just nasty all the way together. So, for me, it's a no. And I don't know why Pretty P even left her purse though, just to be honest. Like, why would you leave your purse in the midst of all of this going on? So at the end of the episode, you have Natalie showing up for Stunna Girl. And Stunna Girl's coming back this season. Why? It's clear that they're bringing her in as a agenda, right? The agenda is to fight Anna. Once again, Natalie doesn't like to get her hands dirty. She's the type that she'll bring people in to fight her battles. And that's what this came off as. Why is Stunna Girl here? Nobody cares about Stunna Girl. It's been multiple seasons without her. And now y'all bringing her back all of a sudden because she's creating drama amongst the cast so that she can get back on. Because she realized that her music career wasn't popping like she thought it was going to be. And she actually needed baddies. So now here she comes. She's set up to fight Anna. Anna comes in. She's ready to go. What's up? What y'all got going on? Y'all trying to jump me? Natalie's like, no, I'm not trying to jump you. We just trying to talk to you. Anna's tired of it because Anna knows that Natalie always has an agenda. So even though Natalie can come off like this nice girl, like, no, we're just trying to talk. We're just trying to get things settled. She's like, no, you talk to Stunna and you want Stunna to fight me because, maybe you want her to fight your battles. And so now Anna's like, actually, Natalie, I want to fight you. And so they start fighting, and I think the episode ended that way, right? We didn't really get to see Anna and Stunna Girl fight yet. But my overall thoughts of the episode is just, it seems like they're trying to do better. They're trying to have more of a storyline, but I hope that it doesn't become too scripted. I also love the fact that they are going to be in Africa and that they also included 2 African girlies. I think one is from Nigeria and the other, I believe, is from Zimbabwe. Don't quote me, but I believe she's from Zimbabwe. I love that they have some African girlies, but I just hate that they're doing the fighting on the continent of Africa because, to be honest with y'all, I go to Africa a lot, okay? I done been to Malawi, South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg. I've been to Kenya twice, Mombasa and Nairobi. I go to Ghana 3-4 times a year. I'm bi-coastal, right? I have been all up and out and through Africa. And I love it with all my heart. I love the people. I love the culture. I love the tradition. And that's one thing Africans don't do. They don't do all that ratchet fighting. That's one thing I love about the culture of Africa. They don't play that. They have respect and tradition. You do something like that and you get disowned from your family. They have family ties and traditions they have to follow. And so when I saw them on the clip of what to expect for the whole season, and I see these girls fighting, they fighting in front of the Africans. The Africans out there performing for them. Yeah. They performing, they fighting. They looking at them like they're scared. They've never seen that type of fighting. They don't do that over there. I don't want the Africans to learn from this and start doing it. I don't want them to repeat this behavior. I don't want them to think this is okay. This is some ghetto American mess. And they trying to spill it off into Africa. And so keep it amongst Americans. Keep it amongst Americans because don't spill that type of behavior off into Africa. That's one thing I can't say about Africa. It is a developing nation, and it is developing beautifully right now. And you guys are going to see it all throughout this season. So just continue to watch because I can't wait to talk about all the beauty that Africa has to bring. It's a beautiful developing nation. I also host tours to Africa, by the way. And so with it being a beautiful developing nation, just keep in mind that the people are also, going through all of these new changes and developments as well. And so we don't want to bring on negativity and crime to a place that is already still developing. Because when you put crime and you mix it into a developing country, that can cause a lot of issues. And right now, the crime rates in Africa are much lower than America. They don't do all that shooting out there like they do in America. They don't do all that fighting like they do here in America. That's one thing about Africa. Their crime is a lot lower. You go to Ghana and it's like almost zero crime. So when you showcase things like this and you show all the fighting and the ratchet, I would just hate for my African girlies and guys to start getting ratchet like this. Because all I'm saying is it could create some chaos on the continent. That's it. So we got to be careful with that. But other than that, I love the fact that the show is going to be showcasing the beauty of Africa and just showing people like, hey, Africa is beautiful. this is really a place that you want to add to your travel list. Not your bucket list, but your travel list while you are still young and while you can really still explore and see the beauty of Africa. So I am going to leave you guys with that. We're going to have the next review on episode 2 of Baddies Africa. And if you enjoyed this review, again, like, share, subscribe. And you guys follow me every single week. I will be doing a review, not a recap, but a review of what I think of the episode. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
I'ma show you how to make your man say. I'ma show you how to make your man say. Make it easy, touch your elbow, wind your waist, back real slow. Grab her back, know where to go. Move your back, move it some how to make your man say. Man say, man say, man say, man say, man say, man say. How to make your man say, man say, man say, man say, man say, man say. I'ma show you how to make your dip it low, bring it up slow, move it all around, then we gotta hit the floor. Drop to drop that thing. I'ma show you how to make your man say. I'ma show you how to make your man say. I'ma show you how to make your man say. Make your knees touch your elbow, wind your waist, move your back real slow. Grab her back, know where to go. Move your back and move it some more. Man say, man say, man say, man say, man say, man say. How to make your man say, man say, man say, man say, man say, man say. I'ma show you how to make your dip it low, bring it up slow. Wind your waist, touch your elbows. Grab your back, know where to go. Move your back, move it some more. Dip it low, bring it up slow. Wind your waist, touch your elbows. Grab your back, know where to go. Move your back and move it some more.